Green Lanterns issue 12, written by Sam Humphries and art by Eduardo Pansica.
Mm-hmm.
And this, of course, is a continuation of the Phantom Lantern arc. This is part 3. And we have Leminski, the Phantom Lantern, fighting off Jessica and Simon. And yeah, I know, my brain's just going. It's the end of the week.
It's fine.
What can I say?
You're fine, man.
At least with that one, you know that I know who that name is. Sometimes when it's a minor character, you think, have I just forgotten his name? No, it's just words are escaping my head.
What's on my tongue?
But anyway, so yeah, they fight him off, and he sort of doubts himself. We get a little flashback with him, and he goes back to Volstheim, and Volstheim's like, "Have you really been this little bitch? I gave you a ring. Go make use of it."
It's almost like he doesn't want to be bothered as he's like scratching up the Guardian. Like
he's doing I can't remember what he called it. He's doing like a process to him. He's got something in the works.
Malthusian, I think that was the word.
Yeah, there you go.
Because I feel like I've read the word somewhere before.
We probably have. I'm sure it's in an old Green Lantern comic.
Well, yeah, because Maltus is where the Guardians are from.
Yeah,
that's their original.
Yeah, but it's like you don't think of that word like specifically.
No. Well, it's like Mr. Mind's a Venusian, death worm, or whatever. It's always just weird to see. But yeah, Malthusian.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that builds up his confidence, and he goes to try and pose in, the central, not central city, Coast City Park.
Yeah.
Now, the flip side of this is Simon and Jessica.
Simon and Jessica.
So
You're really bad at this today.
It's all breaking down. I don't know what it is. Do you know what it is? I've got the Phantom ring on, and I'm going through all the emotions really quickly, and I can't handle it. It's really
First
weird.
time Pete's felt emotions in a long time.
How dare you? And yeah, but a lot of the stuff in here that I actually liked the most was probably them, like, kind of like self-debating, like, what their motivations are for going after him. Like, is Simon wanting the ring for himself because he's insecure about how strong he is, where she doesn't necessarily feel is she worth it? Is the ring right to choose her? Which is very sort of in line for what her thing's been the entire time. Matt, you like
him.
Yeah, you like to joke that every issue we find out that she used to be, a hermit. But
he's gotten better at addressing that. You know what I mean? It's not in the dialogue, narration boxes.
Not every
anymore.
Issue, at least.
Yeah. It's in the it's put in there like good exposition should be. Feels conversational, and I like too that Simon's more upset about what he did to his family. He's like, no, we're bringing him in. He terrified, my brother-in-law, and he threatened my nephew, and like, I'm bashing his head in. So
yeah, because I think my favourite moment in the entire issue is when she said, if you put the Phantom Lantern ring on, which core would it give you? And she immediately thinks it would be fear, and she almost says to him, like, you know what it would be, and we're getting anger, we're getting red, like, that's what we're getting from him right now, at least.
Yeah, definitely.
And
but
I like that.
But out of any of the modern or the Earth Green Lanterns, I feel like Simon might be the best pick. Like, if they're gonna make him a Phantom Lantern, let's say at the end of this, I feel out of all of them, he would, except for maybe Kyle. But
do you think that's where it's going? That we're going to end up with one of these characters with the Phantom?
I don't know. I mean, they gave him the Emerald Sight and whatnot, and like, we really haven't seen anything special from Jess like that. Although she's still learning.
She's barely making constructs yet, so
yeah.
Give her a
so
chance.
like, although I feel like she'd be the perfect candidate because she needs to get in touch with her emotions. That's what her anxiety is all about. And
I feel like that means like all her practice of, like going outside now and hiding that anxiety has kind of given her maybe some better control over her emotions as a whole. Whereas Simon is very cocksure, would maybe be a good word. He's very much like he just on the fly. I feel like a Phantom Ring would be maybe a bad fit for him because the whole point of this is Leminski can't control it, right? Because he's
but I feel like
Simon.
I feel Simon could, because he feels like he has a purpose. Where Leminski's whole purpose is, I want to be a Lantern. I just want to be a Lantern so bad. And with Simon, it's like, well, no, I feel I need to be a Lantern, and I feel that control would help him because he is all over the place as a Green Lantern. Yeah. So
I think like this is highlighting they both have problems and maybe aren't equipped to have it yet.
Have it, yeah. Well, I think the message is no one's equipped to have it. That's why it was lost for so long. Especially human beings.
Yeah,
And-
except obviously Kyle, who's mastered them all already.
right, but that's Kyle. He's a sensitive artist. That's what he does. He's in touch with all his emotions.
Exactly.
So, but no, I definitely like that, and I like the Leminski going to the Green Lantern Memorial type deal in
And-
Coast City.
And the two quote unquote regular people just kind of like not caring that he's got a Green Lantern suit on. It's like, I don't care.
Yeah,
And his
I also
face
love-
afterwards, really good.
Yeah, I also love the flashback of him, when the Green Lantern shows up and the girl that he's with, and I'm like, wow, he's really shooting outside of his coverage here, and she's like really into him, and he's just like, oh no, hey, Green Lantern, gotta go, see ya.
Yeah.
And it's just like this is his obsession, is to become a Lantern over anything. So I hope he has a good outcome. Like I wouldn't mind seeing more of him as kind of not quite a sidekick, but as a foil sometimes. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, I get that.
That's why I put it. My favourite page of this is actually the. It's like 2 rows of panels. Like the top row is Simon, the bottom row is Jessica, and it's like when they're like just really considering how they feel about the Phantom Ring, and it's when they start to, Jessica's like, if I shouldn't have the Phantom Ring, should I even be a Green Lantern? And it's Simon questioning if he's not strong enough. I just like it's like a series of like different facial expressions as they're thinking, like almost over the top. Like if someone actually stood there and made these facial expressions as they were thinking, you think they were really into their own thoughts.
Yeah,
But-
the one that gets me is Simon going,
Yeah.
a head
But it
cocked,
is a
mouth
nice-
down.
Yeah, but it is a nice like exercise in for art and showing expressions. Instead of them just having blank faces
Yeah.
as they go through.
But I think I think what I like about it is they both start with essentially the same expression and the same sort of look in their face, but as they both go on, Simon has this sort of smug contemplation, whereas Jessica gets like doubtful. Like it kind of it highlights the differences.
Their characters.
Yeah, where they start at the same point, but they go in these different strands, and I really like
Yep.
it. It's a good page, and a pretty good issue. I definitely liking this arc more than the first one for sure.
It's not
Yeah.
really a competition, is it?
No.
It's not, but
Well, this started with Trick or Treating Guardian, so like,
That already made it. No, this
Yeah.
is always going to be better. There's no chance this could possibly be worse. Every other issue could be worse than that first arc, but that alone made it better.
true.
all right, that'll take us on. Obviously, the final sort of moment here, the cliffhanger is just he turns to fear and brings out some big yellow constructs for them to fight. Which, if I have a criticism, it's that the cliffhanger is essentially the same as the last cliffhanger.
He's yellow now instead of orange.
Yeah, but he's got constructs for them to fight. They're going to fight. That was the exact same way the last one ended. So
Yeah.
that was my
Well,
critique.
Which the constructs are there of basically bad versions of themselves, like monsterized versions of Simon and Jessica. So.
Yeah, sure. Like, it's going to play at their fear, but just gives it an extra layer. But it is really similar.
To be honest, that complaint kind of is how I feel about Frank as a whole. Like he's kind of just there just to further the two lanterns. He's just to service them. His plot almost doesn't matter. It's kind of throwaway in comparison just to what it does for the characters.
Well, they're experiencing the power of the different lanterns through him. So
Yeah.
because he's so out of his depth, and it wouldn't surprise me if this ends like the last one did, where he shifts and like the constructs go away. Or he loves us so much, it boom, goes to Violet. So, who knows?
Yeah, he seems to be staying away from the more positive parts of
Yeah.
the spectrum, isn't he? He's just sticking to the negative half.